Oh, let's go. Are we here? Have we got people on? Am I live? Am I a real person right now? I think that's what I need to know. Are things actually prescribed as I am seeing them? I've got a whole bunch of comments here already, and I believe I'm live, so I'm just going to go with this right now. I've literally just got this glass, like, out of the freezer. This is a pint glass, for those who are aware, and it's late at night. So this is the main question. I thought I was going to have nothing to talk about on this live chat, but as it turns out, I've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, and I've set up a heap of props to give me prompters of things to talk about. And the first one is this beer. And this live stream, by the way, is not sponsored by Pirate Life, but this is a coffee porter. And because the first question of this live stream is it late or is it early? And for me, it's late. So we're cracking the coffee porter, and for those who need to know, this is a porter is a type of beer, and it's a beer that has coffee in it. So here we go. We're just gonna fill up the glass right now. Yeah, doesn't that look great? We're on it. I can see the chat is firing off. And there we are. There we have it. The coffee porter. I can see that we have, so firstly, a few shout outs for people that have come early. As always, we've got Bad Riders for he's got the first chair, the first comment. I've been chatting with him for a little while now. We've got In Motion, yes, SLB, Yannick. We love to have you here, my friend. I so miss the days when those few days where we got to talk in person. We've got El Stacker Adventures. He's telling everyone to cannonball the like button, as he does. We love it. El Stacker's just made coffee, he says, and he's ready for his 3-hour road trip. I think he's going to, is it McCall? Is that where you're going? McCall, I believe that was what I heard. Emilian Popoff is here. He said it should be sponsored. It's not sponsored. It's in a way sponsored because I work in my casual job as a bottle shop attendant or a liquor store attendant, and I did get staff discount. So is that sort of a sponsorship? I'm not sure. But El Stacker says he likes porter. I didn't know you had porter beer in America. I didn't know that was a USA thing. But Amelia Popoff asks, is it like Guinness? Let me come back to that. So firstly, this empty can, which I've just filled my glass with, can go on the stack. There we go. We're perfectly balanced. So you guys can see the stack behind me, which shows the lead up to this live stream. So I know Adam, Bad Riders, has been wanting a saucy live stream. So I think this is what we have, a saucy live stream, because this encapsulates the lead up to it. So, my friend, the Weird Frenchman, I can tell you that, is it like a Guinness? It's a dark beer, so it's sort of kind of in the same realm as Guinness, but it's not what they call here in Australia a sessional beer. So a beer that you session is one that, you know, you would have beer after beer after beer after beer and it'd be good. The porter is one that pairs well with chocolate and desserts, but it is also one that you probably don't want to have too many of them. So as you can see, before the live stream I had one, and I've just poured the second one into this glass here that we're drinking out of right now. So it's similar, but it has a very distinct taste of coffee. I can definitely taste the coffee in it. So it's really unusual to have a beer that is also coffee. So I figured that it was appropriate for this live stream that we would go that way, because I know that the whole dichotomy of the time zones of my viewership is all over the place, because we have people that my viewership is split into kind of 3 time zones. I've got other people who are in Australia and on a very similar time zone to me, where right now it is 11 p.m. or just after 11 p.m. I've got a fair bit of viewership from the United States, which has a few different time zones, but I know it's approximately 8 p.m. Hey, Bored Through the Pain. Hey, Hans, I've been texting with you quite a bit lately, so it's good to see you here, my man. And sorry for waking you up earlier, by the way, if that's what I did. I appreciate it. And he's saying we've got PBR hard coffee here. What is PBR coffee? I'm not sure what that is. Can you elaborate on that acronym for me, please? And yes, Elstack is saying, yo, Bored Through the Pain. We'd love to see Bored Through the Pain here. In fact, I have many thanks for Bored Through the Pain for many reasons. And I guess we'll get to that. In any case, so we've got the coffee porter, and the other time zone that we have a lot of viewers on is in Europe. So we've got a couple of people. We got Emilian Popov. He's from France, and I think we've got both of the twins here. Do we? Did I see Shred 1904 up in the comments somewhere? I know Yannick is here. Yeah, there he is. Narav. So we've got the best twins that I've ever met, Yannick and Narav, both in the chat, hopefully looking. And thank you for coming. I really appreciate you guys viewing. I believe it is so it's really late at night here in Australia, about 11 p.m. I believe it's early in the morning in America, and I believe it is mid-afternoon in like Europe in the UK. If I'm wrong, please let me know. And Engen has just come into the chat. He is from Belgium. So there's another European. I believe it's mid-afternoon there. It is great to see all of you here. I really, really love to see people from all across the globe in these live chats. It's amazing. So if you've just joined us, we're drinking coffee porter, which is a beer that has coffee in it, because that's a good mix. Late night, beer, coffee, morning. We've got a bunch of time zones here. So, Bored Through the Pain saying it's 8 a.m. there. I believe it's earlier in Boise, Idaho, where 6 a.m. says Elstacker Adventures. Bored Through the Pain is saying that he was up anyway when I was... I always send him messages. And he's sending me messages in the middle of the night here. And it's the middle of the night when I'm sending him messages there. So... Emilian Popov says that it's an excellent choice, very appropriate. I believe so too. And Bad Riders saying that it's an impressive stack of bottles that I have. You're right, my pile pales in comparison. Yeah, I don't know how proud of it I am, but I have come from a line of, I won't say excessive drinkers, but people who know how to hold their alcohol. In any case, Elstacker is heading to McCall, and I got that correct. Fantastic. Bored Through the Pain saying good morning to everyone. And so just in terms of structure, so we can see that I've got a number of props set up around me as talking points tonight. I'm going to read through all of your comments, obviously, and kind of go through those and see where the conversation takes us. But if the chat dies down, I've got lots to talk about tonight. So I want to go for at least an hour tonight, probably maximum 2 hours. But I'm not claiming 2 hours though, because I'll probably end before then. But we'll see just how the chat goes. But it's good to see Wim in the chat. And by the way, Engen, congratulations on your recent acquirement. He just bought like an awesome like tractor type setup. Is it a tractor or like it's the biggest like lawnmower I've ever seen? But congratulations, that's going to make your grass management much easier, and it's good to see it. Bored Through the Pain is talking about the PBR is past Blue Ribbon. In Australia, Blue Ribbon is a brand of ice cream. It's very different. Where are we? Nurav is laughing, and Jen's saying hello, and Nurav. And should I call you by your YouTube name or by your actual name? I don't know. It's weird because I've met you guys. So Shred1904 says it's 1 p.m. in the UK and 2 p.m. in Central Europe and Gen time. I think we need to get that. And thank you. I've just seen a notification that said Elstacker has shared your video. Thank you, my man. I love the love and the support. I really appreciate it. That's one of the talking points that I have tonight, actually. I'll come back to that. And Engen's confirming the time. Million Pop-Off saying that they're both here and they're the best twins I've ever met too. It's funny because I know I have a couple of twins that are really close to me. One of them lives with me. And Elstacker has shared the stream on Facebook as well. Thank you very much, my friend. I have one of the guys who lives with me. His name's Swanee, aka Lachlan, and he's got a twin brother named Clayton, and they were both in Japan with me when we went in 2020. And I know them as the worst twins ever because those twins are very different from each other. They do nothing but fight. And they're just a complete juxtaposition. Whereas when I met Nurav and Yannick, I'm sure they fight because all brothers do, but I've never met a more cohesive set of twins, and in such a way that I have it's a bit of a running joke actually between us while I just turn on my charger for my camera here, that when I first met them in person, I couldn't tell the difference between the two of them. I didn't know who was Nurav and who was Yannick. I now know how to tell the difference, particularly in snowboarding terms, in terms of their outerwear, and also the trick is to know one of them rides goofy and the other one rides natural. So you need to know who's who. But yeah. A more cohesive set of twins I've never met. So that's why they're the best twins ever. We've got Tim Wilson in the chat. Yes. We've got the Stacker Bro. And the brothers from other mothers. Tim, nice to have you here, man. And I assume that you guys, if you guys left yet, I know you guys are going to work today. And you've got a bit of a drive ahead of you. So potentially my live chat is entertainment in the car, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Engen is saying that it's a tractor. Okay, yes, definitely. It looked like a tractor, and I saw the Aussie dog that you had going. Looked amazing. So we've got just a bit of chat between the people in here, and I love that. Elstacker is sending us some potatoes from Idaho. We love it. In Motion SLB saying that he's drinking water, and water is totally crucial. In fact, oddly enough, my YouTube and my online persona has a lot of drinking involved, but in actual fact, I'm not a huge drinker of alcohol, at least not anymore. I used to be, not to the point where I had a problem, but you know, I used to drink way more than I do now. Bad Riders are saying that it's a heavy chat and all the homies are here. And I couldn't agree more. I'm loving seeing all of you here, and I really love it. I love it so much. And we've got literally all people all over the world in here. It's the best. Where's Old Man Shredder? That's what I want to know. We need the old man in the chat, because there's a weird thing. Every time I have a live stream, the old man is. One time he was drinking gin, another time at a distillery, another time he was at some party or barbecue thing. Every time I have a live chat, Old Man Shredder is partying it up. And we are all partying it up tonight, because that's what Chuck's live streams are all about. It's about the party for sure. And the friendship and the quality chat. So, okay. Where am I? This chat is getting real heavy already. AAA Big Tractor says a million pop off. El Stacker saying hi to Engen. El Stacker is also saying yo to his brother. I love it. Who immediately responds by saying, what? El Stacker is here. El Stacker is quite the celebrity in this YouTube world that we have, in this little niche of snowboarding YouTubers. El Stacker has a very special place. He's loved by many, hated by very, very few, whom we will not discuss tonight, because we're all about love here. Milan Popov says that he started with their outerwear too. Oh yeah, he's talking about the twins and telling them apart. Yep, for sure. Oh, yeah, okay, so Tim is saying that El Stacker's on his way to Tim's house, and then they're going to get going. And Engen, it would not be, it wouldn't be a Chuck Van live stream really proper without Engen coming in with a Big Lebowski quote, and we've got our first one right now. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. Goofy and regular isn't normal. So I think that's Engen saying that he likes Goofy, and well, I suppose it's not whether you like a thing or not. It's whether you're goofy or regular or natural. Regular, natural, same thing really. Whether you're left foot forward or right foot forward when you're riding in board sports. I don't know if there's much of a competition there, really. It's just a personal preference thing, but it's I love it how it's like a thing, and it's interesting now that I can pick it straight away, because I've been watching a lot of like one wheel videos online, and a lot of the videos of people that ride one wheels are goofy, and I'm like, because I'm regular. I ride left foot forward, and that's just how I've always, well, obviously that's what's comfortable to me. It's a personal preference thing. El Stacker Adventures, he says, I like how Chuck says one rides natural and one rides goofy. Yes, we're talking about the twins again, and literally that's how eventually I was able to tell them apart. Because the funny thing was, when I first met them, and actually I can't remember if I included this in the video or not, but in the video in Japan, when the whole crew kind of met, was an interesting moment. Actually, I'll take a moment to tell the story, because it was completely unexpected and unplanned when it happened. So back in 2020, when the Snowboard Pro Camp crew and Kevin and TJ and the twins, Andreas, Chris Ayres, all of them were in Niseko, Japan at the same time that we were. And so I'd say but I can't claim full responsibility. So El Stacker and Jose Bautista and myself, we organised this trip to Niseko, Japan, that coincided with the trip that the YouTubers were on, and it was our first day on snow. We ended up going to the Niseko, was Hanazono, our first day, and Jose and I were organising our tickets. We were up at the ticket counter and kind of getting everything sorted, and we've walked away from the ticket counter and down out through kind of the main building at Hanazono, and literally the automatic doors opened, and there, right, standing, literally, we almost like went bowling through the doors and ran Kevin Pearce over. Like, literally, we walked through the doors. Here's Big Bird in the yellow outfit, and Jose and I were like, and no, the live stream hasn't shut down. That's literally, we were like, this guy is in front of us, literally right now. And it was crazy. And then they all came in, and Bo and all the crew, and about 5 minutes later, I met Narav and Yannick, and I said to them, I said, hey, I need to, I don't want to like look like a dick or anything. So which one's which? Who's Narav and who's Yannick, so I know who to address? And one of them, I believe it was Narav, looked back at me and said, "Oh, you'll just have to figure that out. Hey, we're not going to tell you." And I'm like, no. I ended up figuring it out though. Let's get back to these comments, and we'll bang through some of those, and then I'll randomly pull some talking points and see how we go here. Bad Rider says, Chuck, I listen to your streams on my way home, either on the bike or in the car. That's awesome, man. So my live streams are kind of like a podcast for you? That's cool. That's so cool. I never would have thought that me talking would be interesting enough for someone. But I guess you guys are all here, so I'm really stoked. I don't know. I don't do well with like it, as much as I love attention. I don't do well with it. Bad Riders. That's if I miss that's if he misses the live chat. Well, you're here, man. You're like making heaps of comments. El Stacker says you're entertaining me in the car on my way to Tim's house now. Have you got to Tim's house yet? That's what we need to know. Engen says that Goofy rocks. You know, it's weird. When I was learning how to snowboard, and I first started riding Switch, it was like having to learn how to snowboard all over again, and it literally was like being a beginner. I had to learn how to turn, how to like weight myself differently. It was kind of weird. And now that I've started riding a one wheel, I've kind of have to learn that again, because it's a very different thing, but it's a similar thing. It's really hard to explain and to describe. But yeah, I'm not that good at riding backwards on the one wheel yet, and I want to be. So I guess some very quick one wheel news. So I've been riding my one wheel pint a bit lately, and is it like snowboarding? It's funny, I'm thinking it's more like snowboarding than what I first thought, but it's not like snowboarding at the same time. It's really weird. But my challenges have been recently, so two things. Number one, I've just been riding kind of on the road. Secondly, I've wanted to start taking on little bumps and transitions. So I've been riding in the road around my neighborhood, and I've recently learnt how to go up from like a little driveway lip. There's like a little lip of about, maybe a centimeter, or for you Americans who don't measure distance like everyone else does in the world, like maybe a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch like lip up into your little driveway, and that scared the hell out of me at first. But right now I've figured out how to go up those lips, which are really good. And my next, I went for my first night ride the other night. That was interesting, but I didn't die, which was great. So there's that, and I will be doing. I guess my next challenge is riding backwards on the one wheel. And this chat is absolutely popping off. I'm so far behind. So let's bang through some comments now that I've had a little bit of a one-wheel rant. Bad Riders. Chuck, do a poll. Who rides regular, who rides goofy? That's a good one. I already know a couple of you. Can we just drop in the chat? Just drop in whether you ride goofy or whether you ride regular. I probably just did that twice. Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's say who's goofy and regular. When I get down to that comment, we'll do a bit of a poll. Let's see what percentage we have here. NGen says Yannick, how's the drone progress? Oh, dude, the boys. I saw that drone footage that you guys put out the other day. It looks amazing. So I think it's a private video though. I think you guys shared the link. But that was really good. How many times have you guys been flying that drone? What I really loved was that there was someone, it was one of the twins was flying the drone and the other one was like running after it. I thought that was hilarious. And Emotional LCB says, taking it out again, talking about the drone today for one last spin before. So you guys are taking it to Austria. Yoo-hoo! I can't wait to see the footage. It's going to be so good. Bad Riders wants to know what the rules are in Europe for flying drones at resorts. I'm not going to jump ahead, but I assume that you need permission from the resort to do it. Like, would be the same everywhere. And Jen says, good news, the snow is looking damn fine at Hintertux. I'm so jealous of you guys for like going snowboarding. Oh man, because our season down here in Australia got cut short really badly because of COVID. There was I got not even half the amount of days, probably a quarter of the number of days that I had planned. I know there's some others that got less, but I'm stinging for it. And I want to talk about that. Can someone remind me later to talk about plans for travel and all of that? Elstacker says Japow. NGen saying 13 days to go. Ooh, that's going to be rough. Not the trip. The trip's going to be great. What's going to be rough is something else that just popped into my mind. Because I've just put a bunch of envelopes in a mailbox. And I'm hoping that one of these envelopes gets to its destination within the next 13 days. If it doesn't, then it's okay. But we'll see. Emotion says, Bad Riders, you kind of need permission. Yeah, you need permission from the resort to fly a drone. Bored Through the Pain says that he noticed his friends who've boxed and snowboarded have a pattern. They ride goofy and then they have the southpaw stance. What the hell is that? Do any of you guys... Oh, it's a boxing term. Yeah, right, I see. It's funny, I used when I made my first trying to ride the chairlift switch video, I put the stance, the different boxing stances in the thumbnail of that video. I thought that would be funny, but no one ever commented on it. Bad Riders is asking Yannick what drone that he got, and that drone blockers are used here at our resorts. Drone blockers. I see. What is that? Is that like a radio signal, like a jamming signal or something? Oh, I've just seen. I've got to have a look at this. I've just seen on Facebook. The old man himself is at IKEA, which is interesting because, well, I guess he's from Sweden, but the old man Shredder is always doing something. He's always got, I think it's a conspiracy. He's got some kind of excuse always for not being in the live chat. And I've just seen that that Swedish Rob is here. Where is the old man? We need the old man here. We need to call him out on his excuses. I'm sure they're valid. I'm just playing. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never done boxing, bored through the pain, so I'm not sure where that came from. I'm right-handed. I don't know if there's any correlation there, like right-handed and left foot forward, but yeah, I'm natural, so I don't know if that makes any difference. Emotion saying something about being off-grid with the drone. Bad Riders is doing gym classes? What? I haven't been talking to my gym about starting classes. Bore through the pain. Oh, yeah, he's talking about boxing. El Stacker says that Chuck is now the famous guy. I don't think that's right. I'm not claiming that. I've seen, actually, that's probably a prompter for something else. My subscriber count is starting to like tick up. It's who'd have thought there's a correlation between me posting around about 1 to 2 videos a week and my subscriber count starting to go up. I think it's partly because my videos being shown to more people, but I think it's also because of the support that others are giving me and people like you shouting me out. So I really appreciate that. And Jen says, Chuck, do a kickflip on your one wheel. I'm going to come back to that comment. So I'm not sure that's possible. I've seen people that are really good and can do actual tricks on one wheels. I've never seen anyone kickflip one unless it's like a drop gap. And I've seen people do sex changes and stuff like that, but and like nose and tail grinds. There's a bunch of tricks that can be done. I don't think a kickflip is one of them. I'm going to have to keep skateboarding to learn that one. No, YouTube actually, when I was, and this is something I'd like to announce quickly. Well, it's not really an announcement, but something I'd like to share with you guys who are actually probably all of the people that are in here are probably my closest internet friends, except for Old Man Shredder needs to be in here. What I'd like to share is that I don't spend a lot of time on the YouTube side of things, really, in terms like I upload my videos, but I didn't realize that YouTube, like video games, have achievements. And I went into my my back end of my YouTube channel the other day, and it said that I had 2 achievements, and I was like, "What is this? I don't understand what's going on." But apparently, in the last week, my channel cracked 3,000 views. So I guess that's a pretty small number, but in terms of actual YouTube, but someone has clicked and watched more than 15 or 20 seconds of one of my videos 3,000 times, and that absolutely blows my mind. I don't know how that is even possible. It's measured by watch time as well, which I remember for a long time I looked at my channel and like there was hardly any watches, but I've just cracked in the last week 250 watch hours, which seems like an insane amount of time for people to be watching like my holiday videos and like just stuff that I've put together because I enjoy doing it. So and I think most of the people that have done that are you guys. So thank you very much for allowing that to happen. DJI goggles. Ooh. Oh, okay. Bad Ride's saying, does he ride with goggles? Emotion says yes. I'm just gonna pop down. Ooh, hello. So yes, we've got Swedish Robin here. We've got I am the Welshman. Sorry if you've been in the chat for a while and I haven't acknowledged you. It's because there's a heap of comments in here. But hey, I am the Welshman. Are you actually a Welshman? That's what I need to know. Is I am the Welshman a Welshman? He's saying afternoon, so he probably is a Welshman. Finally managed to make a live cast. Well, we're really happy to have you here. And we've got the results of, well, not the results, we've got some of the, so let's see, we've got, I almost need a pen. Do I have a pen? All right. This is live. All right, what are we doing? We're looking here. We've got Chuck Van, regular. Bored through the pain, regular. Bad Riders makes a quippy remark. Engine, goofy. Narav, regular. Good morning, fans. This is Sir Mr. Q. Swedish Rob. One of the funniest people I know whom I've never met and I can't wait to meet and ride with. And he's announcing that he has arrived. Yes, that's so good. L Stacker Adventures, I already know, is regular. I'm the Welshman. Goofy. In motion. Goofy. SLB, my bro, says Engine. Sir Mr. Q. Goofy. Oh, that's interesting. So, Swedish Rob, aka Sir Mr. Q, is goofy on a snowboard and regular on a skateboard. In the winter season, he's going from switch, goofy to regular, and is almost as good at regular. You know, I'm almost jealous of you in that respect. That's, yeah, and Bad Riders says just before, showing us all up on being ambidirectional. I've always been left foot forward, and anything I do right foot forward, including walking, is really awkward. So that's respect, man. So much respect. I do have a friend of mine who rides two different snowboard stances, which seems weird, but so she is regular, like in her normal riding, she goes left foot forward. But when she's riding the chairlift, she has her right foot strapped in, and she skates off the chairlift, goofy. That's just how she learned how to snowboard. I don't understand it, but it's what happens. She'll be in a video or two of mine coming up, actually. El Stacker Adventures is sending some potatoes from Idaho. We appreciate it, in fact. I'm going to put some sweet potatoes in the chat. Ladies and gents, let's spam the chat with whatever your favorite vegetable is. It doesn't have to be your like national vegetable or your state vegetable. I don't even realize that's actually a thing, but whatever your favorite vegetable is. At the moment, sweet potato for me. Swedish Rob is saying to Bad Riders that he should have said equally bad. Dude, I've seen you ride. It's not bad. I've also seen you do a mad, like, drop roll. That's really good too. Bad Riders is laughing that Martin's at IKEA. It's so stereotypical, isn't it? I don't even have an IKEA. Like, I have to drive like 3 hours to get to the nearest IKEA. I've never actually. Chuck Van has never stepped foot inside an IKEA, not once. Am I missing out on anything? I don't know. I think Emotion is saying that he thinks Sweden is inside IKEA. so so IKEA is actually bigger than the country of Sweden. Oh no, Sweden looks pretty big. And Swedish Rob himself is saying that he's representing Sweden. And we can't be both here both at the same time. Which the awesomeness of the... Yeah. So if both Rob and Old Man Shredder were on the same live stream at the same time. This is explaining it, right? That it would be just too much for the internet to handle. Well, we're all laughing about that. Bought Through the Pain has a question about one wheels. Are one wheels crazy expensive down there too? Yes. They're even more crazy expensive here. Number one, for a couple of reasons, the Australian dollar is worth less than the American dollar. So I believe that the premium model of the one wheel is the One Wheel XR, and that in American dollars runs you $1,800, I believe. And in Australia, I can buy from a dealer, from a board shop, that same one wheel for just under 3,000 Australian dollars. That's how much it costs. I believe it's, I don't know the exact. It's just under three grand here, and that is the currency conversion. It's also because the dealers have to ship because one wheels are made only in Santa Cruz, so they have to be shipped here. And apparently it's a real pain if something goes wrong with one of them, which actually happened to me. I ordered a pint. It arrived. If you've seen the video, then you would already know, but it arrived, I turned it on, and nothing happened. It was just dead in the water. So I had to send it back. And the place I bought it from just dealt with all that, which was great. And sent me another one straight out. El Stacker wants to know where the old man is. I think we've already covered that. Thank you to Rob. And Bad Riders says that my model costs 1,600 Australian dollars. Yeah, so I think the one wheel pint that I bought it's actually $1,700 Australian. You can buy it in the US for $950 at the moment, US dollars, I believe. Poured Through the Pain says that he wants one and that he can't bring himself to pay for it. It's a lot. I'll tell you, it's a lot of money to spend. Totally worth it. So I'm not sure what your concern is, but if you're worried about buying one and if you have the coin, it's worth buying. Depends what you want out of it though. If you want it as a snowboard trainer, that's not what it is. It's an electric skateboard. It's a totally different thing, but it's a great. But if you want some summer carving, yeah, it's worth it. Bad Rider is saying that I talked about it in a previous live stream to find a used one wheel. Yes, I would do. Well, I'm agreeing with myself if I say I agree with that, but yeah, if you want one, you'll find a lot of people selling the model that I have, the one wheel pint. And it's a great board. The biggest issue with it is its range. So it's half the price of the bigger one. It's also got half the range, but it's not less of a quality product. It's actually in terms of its design, and it's probably even better than than the flagship model, and it's got more features. It just doesn't have as much range, and you pay half as much for it. So that's what it is. Depends what you want to do with it. El Stacker says that he's acquired Tim Wilson, talking about achievements. So many achievements. You've got a fair few more achievements than what I have. Bad Riders is putting tomato. I almost said that like an American. Tomatoes in the chat. Tomato. You say tomato. I say tomato. A whole bunch of them. You like tomatoes? Awesome. I do as well. I suffer from gout though, so I don't eat tomatoes as much as what I used to. And Yannick in Motion SLB has got broccoli in the chat, and we're on the same page there. Absolutely my favorite vegetable, little trees. I eat them all the time. Bad Rider says, what? I have like IKEA 40 minutes from me. It's an experience. I have to go. They've just built a Costco in Newcastle, about 10-minute drive away from me. But IKEA, I have to drive to Sydney. That is the nearest one. InMotion says that IKEA is great and you'll receive the goods and spend hours putting it together. That's the one thing that I hear about IKEA. Like, it's all flat pack. You got to like build it yourself. Which I'm used to. I've done a fair bit of that. The heaviest question of the chat so far. And one that I'm not in a position to answer exactly, but Rob, Sir Mr. Q, the man from Sweden, he wants to know when your trip to Sweden is going to be. Well, I can tell you one thing about my trip to Sweden. Actually, I can tell you several things. I can tell you that it's definitely going to happen at some point. I can tell you that when I go to Sweden, there's only one place I want to go, and it's where you guys are. And I can tell you guys that it's probably not going to be in the next 12 months, but it probably will be in the next 24 months. So I'm claiming within 2 years, I'm going to Sweden. The reason for that is honestly just the money and commitments that I have here. So there's so many trips that I want to do, and so many things that places that I want to go in the world. So I definitely want to go back to Japan. I definitely want to go to the United States. I say again, I've never snowboarded in the United States, but I want to go to North America. I'd love to go to visit El Stacker. I'd love to visit Jose and Brought Through the Pain, and go to Canada. I know that Canadian Adam, who's not on the chat actually, surprisingly interesting. I'd love to meet up with him, but ultimately all of my internet friends, I want to like meet you all at least once in my life. And my trip to Sweden, I'm quite happy, even if it's just coming and doing laps of Bergsträckan. That's what I want to do. In fact, so much so, if I move my prop out of the way here, you may, it's very, very zoomed in, but right here, I've got the trail map from Bergsträckan just beyond the stack. So, yeah, within the next 2 years, I want to come to Sweden. I want to do a Euro trip, and I'm pretty sure that Adam Bad Riders wants to be in on that as well, but he's got something else that's really important in his life coming in the next year that may put a hamper on that. I don't know. We'll see. Board Through the Pain says that he loves his wakeboard for summer carving. Yeah. I actually have never wakeboarded, and I've got, I believe, an open invitation from our friend Bad Riders to go do some wakeboarding behind his jet ski for the summer months. So that could be a thing that happens on this channel that you might see. So, and that's kind of actually dovetails into something else that I wanted to talk about, which is the state of the nation in Australia and the way things are going right now. In the news, things I think internationally have been not great for Australia, and those who have watched my live chats previously would know that I've been in lockdown right now for well, I won't say the longest time. Actually, I think it was either last week or the week before. The world record was broken. Well, not broken, but where Adam is, Melbourne in Victoria, has become the most locked down city in the world. Like, it has been in lockdown for the most amount of weeks, like not consecutively, probably consecutively as well, but in total, the amount of weeks that that city has been in lockdown is more than anywhere else in the world as of last week, which is crazy to think about. But anyway, the last kind of 2 or 3 months I've been in lockdown, and because of vaccinations and all the rest, I don't like to get political on here, but my state, New South Wales, is progressing towards opening up for fully vaccinated people as of 2 days from now. So there are still restrictions in place, but the stay-at-home order lifts for vaccinated people on Monday, and I will be a fully vaccinated person by the end of next week. So they're talking about international travel happening as well. So that'll depend on what country, what the process is for entering different countries. But yeah, that's exciting. It means a couple of things. I may be able to sometime within this summer, go down and see Adam down in Victoria. It means that I'll be able to go to the beach and get my surfboard in the water. It means a whole heap of things. It means that I may be able to travel out of Australia in 2021, and I didn't think that was going to happen until 2022. So it's all happening. As for specific things, that'll have to wait until we know what's happening. So Rob from Sweden says, Basta Backen represents. And it was Old Man Shredder that taught me how to say that even half properly. When did I have my last live stream? Adam could probably tell me. Was it last week or the week before? I don't remember. Probably 2 weeks ago. Bad Rider says, if we do, Chuck, we need to get a vid up on the DWCP channel. I've actually been thinking about that, and I thought that I filmed an intro, like hi, I'm Chuck Van, and I am part of the DWCP. I filmed that video, and I thought that I had deleted the footage. I couldn't find it, and I found it recently the other day. So I may well make that video, and also I would love to put some content on that channel because it sat dormant for too long. So I'd be stoked to do that. It's definitely something that we could do. We need to work out who's going to edit that, and also you need to send me your tunes. And for people who don't know, in recent times, about probably a good half, 50% at least, of the songs, like the beats, the tunes that you've heard on the videos that I've dropped on my channel, have been arranged, written, produced by Adam, Bad Writers, in the chat. So thank you for that, and give the man some credit, because he's making some sick beats. And Bad Writers himself says that he would do a victory lap, but these people need a serious reality check with their attitudes in lockdown. Yeah, there's been some problems. Like I said, I don't like to get political on here, but there's it's been. I thought it was crazy when the virus was going mental in Sydney, and it spread through New South Wales. It's spreading at even a more crazy rate down there. Bad Rider says, oh, actually, bored through the pain. He said it's not easy to pop up behind a jet ski. It's doable, but mad fun to carve on. Yeah, I've never done wakeboarding, and I really want to try it. The closest thing that I did was I did try kiteboarding, and that's why we need old man Shredder on here, because I know he's coming into winter now, but I want to see him doing. I know he's got a kiteboarding setup. And I really want to see him riding that thing. I've tried kiteboarding in the lake, twice actually. I had 2 lessons from an instructor, and at the end of those 2 lessons, I was so close to doing a water start. Like, I was flying the kite, and I was almost getting myself up out of the water, and I kept crashing, and I ran out of time, and it was expensive to do those lessons. I'd like to try to do that again when COVID isn't so bad, but yeah, man, I'd love to try it. I'm down. We need to do it. Bad Riders is agreeing that it's hard behind a ski. It makes it sweeter when you get them down, yeah. Bad Rider says the week before. Can't remember. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Cheers for Bad Riders. Thank you for your tunes. So Mr. Q, he says, did you like did you like the Syndicate's tune-up vid? So let's do a shout-out right now to on Instagram. If you are not already following the Send It Syndicate, then you're blowing it right now. You need to be following that. And the guys have done some live streams on there. They've done at least one. Old man Shredder's been on his surf skate. These Swedish guys are absolutely killing it over there. And if you're not following them, then just get on Instagram and start following, because they're doing some fire content. But in any case, you want to be following these guys. And also the reason why you want to be following them is because not only are they awesome, Rob, who is Sir Mr. Q on here, did a what was it, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, I can't remember. I dropped a video which I'd made like a year ago. After I got back from Japan, I did like a whole breakdown of my snowboard tuning setup, and I remember how that video started. It was myself. There was a message that came through, and a group of us were talking about our different setups for tuning our snowboards and what we use. And I believe that Bad Riders started the conversation. And I said, all right, I'm going to make a video of mine. And I intended it to be, here's the setup that I use, and this is what it looks like. Quick pan, 30-second clip. That turned into a 9-minute video that is now on my YouTube channel. You can watch it. Because I don't do anything quickly, or just put stuff in the timeline and then make it a video. It always needs to be edited for some reason. It takes time. But in any case, I made this video, and it was a quick video. The ironic thing was that I filmed this. I came up with the idea, I filmed it, I shot it, I edited it all in a 24-hour period. and uploaded it, and I never made it public. So it is now public. You can watch it, and then on the Send It Syndicate the following day, Rob posts, so Mr. Q here posts this video, which is absolutely hilarious. You guys, if you haven't seen it, go there now and watch it, because it's almost just taking the piss out of my video. Which went for 9 minutes. This one went for like less than a minute, and it's pretty good. You got to watch it. Bad Rider says, I did. You saw it, and maybe set up his off-season tune and storage wax, which I need to do. Before we went into lockdown, there was 2 snowboards. I waxed them and scraped them ready for the trip that we were going to take. And yeah, I need to storage wax them again now. And I used the last of Jose Bautista's wax for that, which was a shame, because now I have to redo it. That's a very good question. We've got L Stacker Adventures with some potato. He's got 4 potatoes in the chat, which is great to see. And Bad Rider says, how many videos has Chuck got hidden on the channel? Not that many. There's actually only one more, which I will probably be dropping tomorrow. And it's one that if you are a DWCP member, you've already seen. And it's Swanee, his first day riding on the one wheel. Actually, his only day riding on the one wheel. All right, so where is everyone at? What is everyone doing? I've reached the bottom of the chat. I'm going to have to reserve to my props very soon. Bad Rider says Swanee almost crashing into a boat. It is true. He nearly crashed into a boat in that video. Legit. So Mr. Q says, in all of his years, and there have been many, of snowboarding, he's only got his boards waxed once. That's crazy. See, as I can understand why, because the shops, you can spend so much money. Like, they charge a lot of money for something that you can do very easily, like yourself. And like I've ever since the and actually, if he's still here, and actually he's just made a comment, so I know he is. If Board Through the Pain was on here, I know his channel is all about how you can best snowboard and get a setup for cheap. And he's got some great videos on there of hints and tips of ways that you can snowboard and things that you can do cheaply. But I can say that I've, ever since I learnt when I started getting my own gear, I've been tuning it myself and waxing it myself, and I love it. I won't say I love it because it takes more time on a trip. That's why I like, now that I have several boards in the quiver, I can like wax one up, ride it for a couple of days, and then just swap the bindings or put another set of bindings on and go out on that board. But, if you want just a wax, I think you get charged like $20 or $30 Australian dollars. You can pay up to $100 for a full service with edges and all that. So better off doing it yourself. But I suppose it doesn't really matter. If you've got like a small hill and you're not worried about losing speed, then there's no problem with I guess, not waxing, but you will find your board gets sticky. Bore Through the Pain says, time to bust out some boobies. I love that you say that, actually. Are we going to do some cross promotion live? I think we can do that. One moment. Bored Through the Pain's probably going to be upset with me for this, but I think he already knows. Because I've got my bag here that I have all of my snowboard wax. Ooh, and I actually lied to Jose. This is the wax that Jose Bautista gave me in Japan. I still have some of it left. I thought I'd used it all. But Bored Through the Pain can correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually has a company called Booby Wax where he sells snowboard wax shaped like this. And I believe this product is called the Tan Tartars. And this is like the pasty whites or something like that. And the pink part is racing wax. I believe this one is just an all temp wax, and this one is designed for more like higher temp, like spring conditions. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but and yes, he's going to be upset because they're still in the plastic. I haven't used them yet. Next season, I've been waiting to use Jose's wax before I open those ones. So Bad Rider says that I said that I got a package. Question mark. Yes I did. He's saying $25 a board here in Melbourne. Wow. $112 for a waxing kit, 5 waxes. Bad Riders, I haven't forgotten about your question. I'm coming back to it. If you have a textured base, then you can skip waxing. But I found both will make you go fast. Yeah, I've heard that too. So if you've got structure in your base, which is kind of those ruffled like lines, like kind of like corduroy in your base structure, it allows you to go fast. But but otherwise, if you don't have much structure in your base, you want to, depending on what kind of base you have, whether it's extruded or a sintered base, then you're going to want to wax that more often. But Bad Riders, going back to your question, I did receive a package today. And it was something that I've been playing around with. Bit of a test case, actually. Yeah, Bored Through the Pain says that I'm correct. I assume he's talking about either the structured base or the different applications of the Booby Wax. BoobyWax.com, by the way, if you're interested in that and getting that. I believe I was the first international person to receive this wax outside of the United States. Bad Riders is saying, is it a new GoPro? No, nothing that exciting, actually. In fact, because Bad Riders has been asking me a fair bit recently, actually, am I going to get the Hero 10? Yes, I'm going to get the Hero 10, but I'm going to wait until it is much cheaper than what it is now. So at the moment, I have the Hero 8 Black, and it does everything I need it to do. The only complaint that I have with that camera is that it chews through batteries really, really quickly. So, but I'm going to keep using it, and at least probably for the next 6 months until, or maybe I'll wait until the after Christmas sales come on. I just want a better price. Like, I don't want to pay $600 Australian for an action camera. So I'm going to wait until it's a more reasonable price before I buy it. Well, Through the Pain says that he makes a pink high fluoro wax too. Ooh. It's like all racing wax, probably. So Bad Riders, if you wanted to know what was in that package, I'm actually wearing it right now. It's this hat. Now, if it's kind of been glared by the light the whole time, but if you guys haven't noticed and you've been on here for this long, we would know that from recent live streams that I've been into my bucket hats. Do we notice anything about this bucket hat that might be individualized? Yes, I found a way to get a bucket hat made that has my initials and some of Catman Snow's artwork that he did for my YouTube channel on it. One of which being my my logo. So this is actually, I'm wearing it now. The very first, I guess, pilot test Chuck Van merch that has ever been made. So I don't know if I'm excited about that. I don't know how I feel about that. It's really weird to like be wearing something that has my name on it. Particularly in the last 24 hours, I've talked about how much I don't like leaning in, or YouTubers that lean into that. Not that I don't like them, but some YouTubers lean a lot into the, like, subscribe, and self-promotion thing. And I know this goes totally against what my stance is on that, but I thought it would be hilarious. And I know that I've been pushing Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp to get a bucket hat, and I know that the twins have been in, but I couldn't wait. I ended up making my own bucket hat. So tell me what you guys think. Literally, it is my initials with the Chuck Van inside and on the TV. Bad Rider says Chuck's got merch. Emotion SLB has like a shocked face. Bad Rider says he beat SPC to the bucket hat game. Chuck has all the swag, says Board Through the Pain. I'm glad you like it. So, like I said, this is a prototype test. I'm not 100% sold on I'm not 100% on the way it came out. In future ones, I design the logos at different angles and whatnot. So, and the print quality wasn't quite, in the depth of color that I wanted. But but I'm pretty happy with the fit of the hat, and it's a really good one. So I'm happy with that. Emotion SLB says that he's holding a SPC bucket hat sample in his hands right now. You are killing me, dude. I want one of those. I want one of those so much. There's so many bucket hats that I need to have right now. And I'll say one thing about this bucket hat and the package that came today is that this bucket hat was not the only thing in the box. And that's the only thing I'm going to say about that right now. You guys are going to have to wait to see the next thing. Bad Rider says, I think our resident bucket hat expert needs to see the sample. Are you talking about who's our resident bucket hat expert? And Emotion SLB says DWCP merch and like a face. Well, I mean, I've been known, and that's probably the next thing I want to bring up in my list of things. So we're at the moment, and it's interesting. There's a bunch of people that are in the DWCP group, and there's a few that watch my videos that aren't in that group, so they'd be like completely out of context with some of these things. In terms of videos that are coming up for the channel, there's kind of two that there's one that I'm working on right now, which is going to be another snowboarding vlog from my last trip to Perisher. And there's probably going to be 3 videos coming out of that. The first will be just a vlog of the day, and that'll probably be 2 videos with the amount of footage that I have. And a lot of it's going to be point of view stuff. So because there was a day where I went up to the hill with Swanee, and Swanee had his Hero 9 and his GoPro pole, and I had my Hero 8 in my mouth mount. So there's going to be some footage of that throughout the day. And there's also a clip of me basically failing in soft snow. I was in the trees, and there was underneath the trees, or underneath the snow, there was like a bush that my snowboard got like caught up into, and like I fell in the soft snow, and it took me way too long to like get up, and I had to like grab a tree. So I thought that would be a funny thing to show on the channel. So I'm going to do a video about basically me struggling in soft snow, and hopefully some people will get some laughs out of it. But also, one of the things that I really want to kind of showcase, like within my videos and on my channel, is that snowboarding and board sports in general is something that can be accessible to anyone, like regardless of age, regardless of skill level, and regardless of how far you want to take it. Because a lot of the content that we see on YouTube and the content that we see in general around snowboarding is really high level. You know, people throwing really big tricks, sending big jumps, doing pipe stuff, X Games, pro snowboarders, all that stuff. And I really want to showcase that snowboarding can be fun if you're just making a few turns. You know, if you're learning your edges, if it's your first day on snow, if you're, sending your first side hit, or if you're just learning how to stop. Like, all of these things are so much fun, and the more people that snowboard in this world, the the more stoked people there are going to be. And I'm just really passionate about showing that snowboarding is not like, it's not exactly what you always like see, because people cut out their falls. They cut out all of the takes where they've dropped in and completely like bailed on a trick. So anyway, the reason why I want to drop that video is because I want to see and show people that when it's soft snow, and this was the day after a big snowfall, and the snow was and it's Australia, so the snow was a bit heavy, and I fell, and it took me a few minutes to dig myself out of where I was, and that's what the reality of snowboarding can be. It's not always nailing everything that you do. So in any case, that's a bit of a rant, but hopefully that's something that people will identify with, and I don't mind showing my falls. And I think that that's a big part of snowboarding. El Stacker Adventure says that he's just listening and driving. I'm glad that you guys are like, at least some of you are treating this like a podcast. I'm stoked on it. Bad Rider says, sliding sideways with friends. Hashtag why are we bored? Literally. I don't think I could have said it any better myself. It's the reason why I do it. Not always with friends either. I mean, that's when it's at its best. when you're doing board sports with friends. I've spent a lot of time just doing it on my own, and I would have preferred to have people with me, but I really, you know, I can quite easily fill my day at a resort snowboarding on my own. But when I'm there with friends, I mean, and the last couple of trips I've been on, I've had Swanee by my side nearly every day, and that's been a lot of fun as well. And we've got Adam Searles in here. Dude, we were just talking about you before, and I was wondering where Canadian Adam is, and here he is. He's in the chat. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you coming to the live chat. I appreciate all of you coming to the live chat. So, what have you missed? What have we talked about so far? I feel like it's a lot of things. We've gone through. If you can see the footage in front of us, you can see that there is a whole bunch of props in front of us. Some of which I have spoken about already. Some of which I haven't. This being the amount of stuff that I've basically drank leading up to the live stream. We've got the two Adams conversing with each other right now, and we've spoken about one wheels a little bit. We've spoken about snowboarding and the stoke a bit around board sports. We've spoken about waxing and snowboard wax and structured bases and a whole bit of different stuff like that. We've spoken about the difference and people that are goofy versus regular. And actually, we've got a couple of more people in the chat now, but at the moment, we're almost 50-50. So from all of the people who dropped comments in the chat earlier, we have 6 people that are regulars, and we've got 5 regulars and 4 goofies. So that's almost a 50-50. Slightly, the regulars are in front. So we've got a couple of people that weren't in here before. So I believe Adam Searles, are you regular or goofy? So you might tip the scales one way or another. We shall see. So we've got the Adams saying hello to each other in the chat. Bad Rider saying that Chuck's sultry voice is the perfect for crushing on the highway, or for cruising on the highway. Crushing on the highway is not a thing that you want to have happen. I hope that's the case. The Adams are saying hello to each other again. Bad Rider says that he misses the social aspect of riding, and getting to Falls Creek with Chuck Swanee and the legend Phil was a real disappointment. So not getting to, but not being able to. That was one trip, I've got to say, that I was really looking forward to a lot this year. It never got to happen because of COVID, but we're going to reschedule that. Next season, man, we're going to get together. Hopefully this summer we're going to get together and do some wakeboarding. You can show me how to do that. I'll bring my one wheel down and we'll all have fun. Oh, here we go. Henry Edmondson. We've got another goofy. We're now 50-50 even. And by the way, actually, Henry Edmondson, I know you are from Western Australia, and you need to tell me, did you get over to Perisher this year? Or were you stuck in WA? Because I believe it was Henry that was going to be going to the APSI, which is the Snowboard Instructors Association of Australia, or the Snow Sports Instruction. I can't remember the exact acronym, but he was going to do his level 1 this year. And I think that it got mucked up by COVID, which sucks. Yeah, he couldn't. He's saying now, I can see the comment, he couldn't get out of WA. I'm so sorry, man. I know he messaged me a bunch of times about, because I've done that level 1 snowboard instructor's course, and he messaged me about, some questions about how it was and my experience. So, There's always next year, bud. I know you'll get the chance. You're still young. You'll have heaps of chance to get out there and get into the life. I'm pretty sure the resorts will be back better than ever next year. All right, I've missed a couple of comments here. Let's see which ones we've got. Bored through the pain. He's listening to me while he's riding his bike. He actually told me before the live stream that he was going to be riding his bike around about the time that I was doing this one. Oh yeah, you didn't think that I didn't have another drink. By the way, I've finished the coffee beer. We're now back onto the sochu, vodka soda and lemon. And I'm getting thirsty. Just a little bit left in that. We'll come back to it. I love that Bored Through the Pain is riding his bike. That's another thing that we were going to talk about in this live stream. Adam, Bad Riders. You said you had some postie bike questions. Or are we going to wait until a postie bike video drops for that? I'm not sure. So Mr. Q, which is our man from Sweden, Robbie says, this winter will be one of the best for a long time. Lots of vids will be made. Lots of fans, shredding live streams and general fun stuff. So I can't wait to see the content that you guys are going to create. I've been a huge fan of Old Man Shredder's channel for so long, and if anyone in the chat here is not already watching or it's not already subscribed to Old Man Shredder, look at the little hourglass, type him in, Old Man Shredder. Got some great footage, great videos, and I believe that Sir Mr. Q, who's in the chat right now, filmed most of those videos from last year, and they did so many. He's got lots of short videos, easy to watch, great music, and actually one of the people that has inspired me the most. I talked before a little bit about how I love being able to show that snowboarding is so accessible and board sports are accessible at any level, and those guys absolutely are on the same page with that. I thought that I was old and not saying that those guys are, but they're a fair bit older than me, and I really want to be Martin is doing tricks that I can't do. And he's way older than me, and I can't wait to go snowboarding with these guys. It's going to be so good. Adam Searle says that from a waxing standpoint, he started waxing his own boards only last season, and he loves it. I'm glad to hear it, man. You need to tell me about your kit. Have you got brushes? What kind of wax do you use? Do you do your own edges? Have you got diamond stones, gummy stones? There's so much stuff that you can do on working on your own boards. Adam Searles is a regular rider. The regulars are back in front. We've got 6 regular riders to 5 goofies in the chat. Goes to say. I love it. Bad Rider says, we need to still get Kev, TJ, and the twins to join us in Falls Creek for some wild laps. We'll have to see. I mean, they need to be able to come to Australia to start with. So I feel like that's possible. And I think they'd be up for going somewhere different. And I'm going to go as far as to say that as far as Australia is concerned, like I know that the guys like to ride park, and I might be like overstepping my mark here, but I'm going to make a claim because I have not been to any Australian resorts in Tasmania, but as far as Australian resorts go, I'm going to claim that the 2 resorts that have the best like park setups have to be, I'm obviously going to say Perisher, number 1. Number 2, Falls Creek. So those are the places that if someone asked me, that's where I'd recommend for them to go. Falls Creek, Perisher. Um, if it's a deep, deep power day and you want some turns in the trees, and you're in Victoria, I'd say go to Hotham. But yeah, they're all awesome resorts. But if you want to go park, I'll tell you what, Falls Creek do some great good jumps. All right, we've got Shred 1904. Can't wait to visit Down Under. Open up the borders. So that's the thing. Who knows when that's going to be a thing? So there's talk about international travel for Australians being able to leave Australia, and that's going to for people. I don't know about other states, but in New South Wales, that's going to be possible as early as like before the end of the year. So that's going to be crazy. And I think the biggest barriers to it has been not so much leaving Australia, but coming back. And New South Wales talking about a home quarantine. So we'd have to depends on what country we're going to. So if we have to go to a country, that country will say you need to quarantine for this amount of time, or you need to have been vaccinated with these, like they'll list a bunch of vaccines that they're going to accept to let you into the country. And if you're vaccinated, you may not have to isolate, or you may have to isolate for a certain period of time, who knows. But in New South Wales, they're talking about on the return to Australia that hotel quarantine won't be a thing. You can quarantine at home. So that will take a lot of the cost out of a trip and make it potentially possible, like for us to leave. So we'll see what happens. So if I'm to make a trip, and there's a lot to go into this, there's by no means is this something that has been decided yet, but a lot of my thoughts are towards making a trip to the United States. And I don't know if that's going to be possible, but if it is in 2021, then it could happen. You never know. That's all I'm saying. And if it does, it'll need for everything to go right in terms of being able to get in and out of the country, and also having friends to help us out when we're there. But I know that part of it we've got sorted. It's just what's going to happen with the travel. Let's see, what have we got? Adam Searles is saying hello to Elliot. So I know that El Stacker has got a couple of comments in here, but he's driving with his brother to work at the moment. They're driving like a couple of hours to get to where they're going. And Elliot and Adam Searles is saying hello. Love to see it. Shred 1904 says that there's a legendary crew in Australia. Thanks, man. I assume you're talking about me and Adam and Rob Fowler and Kerry Pierce and all that. Bad Rider says he's waiting for the video to drop, but we need to talk about setting some cameras up on it. He's got a mountain bar. Oh, yeah, we're talking about... Actually, I got totally sidetracked when I was talking about that. So, videos. I talked about one video that's... 3 videos, I think, that's coming. I'm working on a video from, like I said, my last trip to Perisher. There's going to be 2 videos come out of that. It's going to be 2 parts of a vlog from one day where Swanee and I went to the mountain. The second part's going to be basically a really quick, funny video of me falling and trying to get up in soft snow. And the other video that I've shot, I've filmed all the parts. I just need to like put it all together. Is going to be a mailing run that I just recently did. So there's a couple of videos previously that I've done, which has just been me sending stuff out. And it seems a bit silly, and it's kind of something that I got from Casey Willax, the guy when he back in the old days of C Vlogs, that guy used to like send out all of his own merch, and he kind of still does actually. But for those of you who are DWCP members, you would already know that the last couple of years I've created and produced a run of like DWCP stickers that I've sent out in various forms to members of that crew. And about 8 months ago, I created a new run of stickers, and I never sent them out. So I've actually just finished doing that mail out. So every member of the DWCP who has not already received stickers, El Stacker and Bad Riders, you've already received your stickers. But basically there's a couple actually. There's basically everyone who hasn't received stickers has now got them coming in the mail. And I created a video which is a whole bunch of time lapses and me addressing all the envelopes, me putting all of the stickers in the envelopes, me riding my one wheel to the post office to buy more envelopes, and me riding my postie bike, my motorcycle, to the post office to finally drop the letters in the mailbox. So I made a little fun video, or I'm going to make a little fun video about that. So I hope that's enjoyed by those of you who are in on that joke in that group. Bad Riders are saying that the twins need to come ride with us in Australia. I couldn't agree more. Adam Searle says that he keeps wondering if he's going to run into Narav this winter in Canada. Just Narav or Yannick as well? I don't know. I hope so. I mean, I'd love to run into you guys, and that's on my bucket list. There's so many things on my bucket list. I want to go to Sweden. I want to, go to Bajastabacken. I want to go to Whistler and meet up with Chris Ayres again and Andreas. I want to do some rides with Adam Searles. Oh, so many people that I want to meet and places that I want to go. Narav says maybe coming. I know that those twins have wanted to come. They've missed basically the last couple of trips to Australia, and I know both of them want to go. Absolutely. I think that one of the twins' partners, girlfriends, something like that, wanted to come to Australia or had family in Australia or were coming to Australia and had a trip planned, but this was pre-COVID and it never ended up happening. Adam Searle says, also, not sure if Nidecker makes a powerboard, but that would be pretty cool as El Stacker's next purchase. I think we need to... I don't think we've touched on that on this live stream either. Like, Snowboard Pro Camp Kevin Pierce just got sponsored by Nidecker, an actual real snowboard company. And not only that, but there's going to be a Snowboard Pro Camp snowboard designed by Kevin Pierce that you can buy. That is happening sometime in the next year. Can we all just process that for a minute? There's going to be a Snowboard Pro Camp snowboard. Who's buying that snowboard? I'm going to buy one. Claiming it right now. I don't even know if I'm going to... what the outline's going to be, what the top sheet's going to look like. I've already bought one. It's already in my quiver. Who else is buying one? Okay. Bad Rider says Kev's Melbourne meetup was still something that he remembers fondly, and he'd be keen if he went to any resort in Victoria. I think they want to go. I think they will eventually. Bad Rider says, who hasn't hit the like button yet? I haven't even looked at the stats. What's happening? We've got 8 likes. We've got I don't know how many. I don't think it tells me how many people are watching now. Either 6 or 8 people we've got on the chat, but I don't even believe the number that it's telling me. It's telling me that we've had 33 people log into this chat. That can't be right. There's no way. No way at all that many people have come to this live chat. But I'm thankful for all of you. So as far as I can see, we've got 8 likes, 7 viewers at the moment. So that's a good ratio. Narav says yes to the OG crew. We love the OG crew. Adam Searles, no quarantine required here in Canada, just proof of double vax, negative test upon arrival. After you simply point a piece of wood down the mountain, and then the rest is history. Well, as of, let's see, by the next time that a live chat happens, then I will be a double dose, fully vaccinated person. It's just a matter of time by then. Bad Riders is screenshotting that last thing from Adam Searles. Sensible rules upon return. Yeah, that's the thing. Is just, you know, what's going to be, how hard's it going to be for us to get back into Australia? So Australia's been a very strict country in terms of that. Probably one of the only countries that's been stricter is New Zealand. Bad Rider says that his stickers are in his Vulcan mug, sitting right beside him, and he says thanks. Yeah, I'm glad that he got them, or I'm glad that you got them, because I kind of for those in the chat who don't know, Adam Bad Riders in here bought a snowboard off me, and I gave him a really good price on it. But if I suppose there's one video or two. The snowboard, the Yes 420 that I was riding in Japan, now belongs to Bad Riders. I actually boxed it up and mailed it to him, and he owns that snowboard now because I bought another snowboard to replace it. Can we get some guesses in the chat? What snowboard did I buy to replace my Japan snowboard, which was a Yes 420. Adam Searle says it's been a wild ride for COVID over there. And most people are on board with the vaccine. Yannick says, can we process that we might be designing the top sheet as in all of us? Well, that is crazy. Yeah, I was on that live stream as well when Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp announced that that he was going to be not only partnering with Nidecker, but creating a new snowboard. But he also kind of put it out there that he'd be taking suggestions from us in terms of design points, graphics. Like, we have an opportunity to put input into this stuff, and like we're like a core group of Kevin's biggest supporters, and you know, he will listen to some of us. We've got his travel agents on this live stream right now. You know, that's pretty. That I'm still processing that myself. In fact, I'm even thinking about putting some designs together and sending them. Adam Searle said life is basically back to normal back in Canada. That's great. Love to hear it. We're a few months away from that right now, but should be more or less back to normal by the new year, I hope. Maybe longer in other parts of Australia, but we'll see. Adam Searle says that he's super excited for the sponsorship. Kevin's one. and things are about to blow up for TJ as well, he thinks. I've got to say, I don't know if anyone has been paying attention, but I know a lot of the people on here would have been, but TJ from Board Archive has absolutely been killing it with the videos. He did, obviously, in last season, the company sent him a whole bunch of boards and he reviewed heaps of them, and he's dropping them consistently, like one, if not two boards every week. He's been really killing it with the reviews. Adam's telling me I need to catch up. What do I need to catch up on? We need it. What do we need? Talking about anti-vaxxers. Oh, Yannick is saying he hasn't seen TJ in nearly 2 years. That's insane. Might take a boat keychain as a gift. Oh, I know. We're talking about Boat Archive now. I see. For those who are in the chat that don't know, Boat Archive is kind of like a bit of a joke that we have against TJ from Board Archive. We saw an Instagram picture of him once going fishing on a boat, and we made a joke that perhaps he would start doing boat gear reviews, like he'd do instead of snowboards, he'd do reviews on outboard motors and stuff like that, and fishing rods and all that. And we put, if you ever see in TJ's comments the hashtag Boat Archive, it's because of that little in joke. So Henry Edmondson is guessing yes the Y. I do own a Yes the Y, and I have done videos and riding that board recently, but that is not the one that I replaced the 420 with. Very good guess, though. Adam Searles is saying Boat Archive. Yep, we know. We need to get Swanee to do a Boat Archive logo. Yes. Swanee does. So Swanee, who is the other guy who you sometimes see riding with me, and is often the butt of editing jokes in my videos. You'll see Swanee. Swanee actually is fire hot on making like animated logos, and if you look at Elstacker Adventures, there's an animated clip of a potato that's riding on snow, and Elstacker's face is spinning around in circles, and it's kind of an intro sequence. That was a collaboration between a whole bunch of people. So I think Catmamy and Snow created the images. So the potato. Swanee animated it, so made the potato look like it was snowboarding, and there was some music that went with it. Adam, Bad Riders, created that tune, that beat, and arranged it, and the final and I guess the final animation of that thing, of the potato flying in from the screen, and the timing of it all, and the sound design and all that was done by me in Premiere Pro. So if you haven't seen that on Elstacker's channel, it's hilarious. We need to get Swanee. No, we did that. I've already read that comment. Bad Riders, you can get a jet ski lanyard for TJ. Yeah, for sure. Bad Rider says that I missed his Discord message. Yeah, I'm not getting any messages on Discord because my phone is being used to as the camera for the live stream. Adam Searles says the video intros are incredible. He's in the process of creating an intro for upcoming snowboarding series this winter. Man, that's coming from you. That's big, because Adam Searles, That guy knows how to do an intro. He knows how to do a callback to pop culture as well. Oh my god. So for anyone who didn't know or wasn't sure, I'm not going to leave you in suspense forever. I sent my Yes 420 to Adam Bad Riders, and I did replace it with with another snowboard. And I'll show you what that snowboard is actually right now. I replaced it with the Yes 420 Pro. So this board I purchased a few months ago now, maybe 6 months ago. And this is, and as you can see, there's still the sticker on it. It's still in the plastic. So this is the whole board. That's the 420 Pro, and actually you can see through the top sheet into the core of the board. They've put a clear coat on the top, and this board is the one. So I've got this for a couple of reasons. The 420 Pro, this is a model they only made. There is a similar model. They called it something different for the 2022 run. But I think that's part of the Unink series this next year. But this was basically the only model of the 420 Pro. There is one that's similar. The specs are slightly different, but this is basically everything that I liked about the 420. And what Yes did was, I had a few complaints, or not complaints, but things that I wished I would have changed about that 420 snowboard. And basically in this model, Yes changed they included in this model all of the things that I wanted. So I had to buy it. This model is a hybrid camber. So it has some camber in the profile. I got it slightly bigger than, so the size up from my last one, and there's it's a little bit stiffer than the previous 420. So this is still in the plastic, and I'm claiming that it's going to stay in the plastic until we go back to Japan. So this is going to be my Japan board, and I'm glad that I was able to share that with you guys, and hopefully you'll get to see it in action eventually. Adam Searle says, board reveal, incredible. Tim Wilson, Chuck is still live up in here. I am, yeah. I've been going for 1 hour, 53 minutes. So when I first started this live chat, I said I was going to go for at least an hour, maybe 2. We're coming up on the 2 hour point. So I think that that's a crazy amount of time for people to still be watching. And I'm really, really stoked that you guys are still here with me. So we're going to round out the 2 hours. We've got another 7 minutes, and we're going to keep going until we strike that dot. So the whole title of the live stream, are you up late or are you up early? I'm up late and early. We've gone from late in Australia to early. We started this at 11 p.m. local time in Australia. It is now nearly 1 a.m. and we're still going because you guys are absolute legends keeping me in the chat. Tim Wilson can't believe it, and he seems stoked, and I'm stoked that you're stoked. Adam Searles is saying that snowboard was a beauty. I love it. El Stacker Adventures says that they're still driving, and Bad Rider says he's the proud owner of Chuck's Japan board, the Yes 420. And I did love that board. And I did have some emotions, giving it up. But when I offered it to you, I was like, I had already purchased the 420 Pro, and I knew that I was going to be using that board more so. So, man, I'm glad that it's gone to a good home, and hopefully, the next time that when I ride that 420 Pro, you'll be right next to me in Japan with that other original 420. I think that would be a great way to kind of round things out. I'd be really stoked on that, and I hope that that's something that you're interested in doing. Adam Searles says congratulations. He says love the new board, and it's great that you have the setup for your next trip. Yeah, I'm stoked on it, and literally it's going to be in the plastic. I'm not going to take it out until we get to Japan. What have we got here? Bad Riders is asking me, do I ride my postie bike with a full face helmet? The answer is yes. Yes, I do. Mostly because that's the only I have. Yes, I have 3 motorcycle helmets, and they're all full face helmets. 2 of them with visors, 1 of them without. But yes, full face helmet. And I don't think I would change. I don't think I'd go any other way, if I was being honest. Tim Wilson, back in the chat. Who is driving, by the way? I'm seeing comments from both El Stacker and Tim. I'm loving it, but I want you guys to be safe on the roads, because you're probably still driving. Although I don't know how long it takes to get to McCall. Maybe you guys are this live stream has gone for so long that you guys are still working, or you've gone from home and you've started to work. Adam Searle says that Tim and Elliot are legends for being here after the late live last night. They're putting in the work. I couldn't agree more, Adam. So, and if you want to think about it, so I came in the later part of El Stacker's live stream before. I think I finished work about 20 minutes before he finished his live stream. I then went to the supermarket to buy some stuff, some food. I came home and watched a whole heap of YouTube videos, including watching the earlier part of El Stacker's live stream that I missed. And then before I knew it, there were comments coming in to my scheduled live stream, and which reminded me, oh, I have scheduled a live stream. I'd best be getting on that. Bad Rider says, we need to get Chuck in full squid outfit to go for a ride. Full squid outfit? What is a squid outfit? Is that a reference to that Netflix show, The Squid Games? Which I have not seen yet, actually. Not seen one episode of it. Is that what you're talking about? Or is a squid outfit a different thing that I know nothing about? Probably is. It's a pity that Catman Snow isn't here, actually, because he asked me on a previous live stream about gimbals and whatnot, and asked me if I used or owned a gimbal. Bad Rider says that the squid comment is in relation, it's a motorcycling term, which you can see. I'm a person who rides motorcycles. I'm not a motorcycle rider. He's saying that that's full racing leathers. I don't do that, no. Actually, you would probably, being a motorcycle rider, you would probably be cringing at what I was riding the postie in the other day. It was legal, but it was not fully covered. I think I had I did wear my jacket. I had my Kevlar jacket, and which actually looks like a It's a flannel jacket, but it's got armor in it, of which I own two. And I have also, I was wearing shorts and skate shoes, which I know is really bad, but it was the postie and I was only going down the road. Adam Searle says that he's excited for his new gear. Oh, I'm excited now that I know that you're getting new gear. Actually, that reminds me, Adam Searles, I believe, bought... I think he teased at the end of last season that he, on a sale, bought a new snowboard. And he never showed us what that snowboard was. I need to know. When are you going to reveal it? He says that he's got... Oh, it's funny. I only read the first sentence and then he continues the comment and says, I also have a new board that he hasn't told anyone about. You've told us, but you haven't told us what it is. That he's got a pair of Oakley Flight Deck goggles. Yes. Oakley Flight Decks, by the way, are the goggles that Chuck wears. And new Volcom Gore-Tex pants and crash pants. Nice. He's got Burton crash pants. Oh, I have G-Form crash pants and I have a Burton jacket. El Stacker says it's super early and he's ready to go back to bed. Well, you did get up. It was like you made a comment and it would have been about 5 a.m. in Boise. Oh, El Stack. Okay, Tim Wilson says El Stacker driving, laughing face. So either Tim is laughing at the prospect that El Stacker would be driving, in which case I'm thinking that Tim is driving, or he's saying that El Stacker is driving. I'm not sure which one, but I'm pretty sure it would have to be Tim driving, surely. What lenses do you get with the flight decks? I believe Adam is directing that question at Adam Searles, but and Adam has answered the Rose Prism, but I will also answer. You get to choose. So if you buy Oakley goggles, particularly if you buy them online, like I got to choose which lens I got my flight decks with, and I ended up getting the Persimmon lens, and I bought additionally to that the Prism Jade and a clear lens for those goggles. Is there... Adam Bad Rider says, is there a video of that, Tim Wilson? I think there needs to be, if there isn't. Adam Searle says, oh, trust me, Chuck, the snowboard is not on sale. It's not on sale. Does that mean that you can't buy it anymore? Or is that saying you're not going to sell it to anyone? I don't know. There's lots of mystery around this. And I think that's the way that you want it to be. Adam Badarider says, nice. Tim Wilson says that he hasn't got a video of him yet. There's still time, says Bad Riders. And Adam Searle says that he can honestly say that Burton crash pants are expensive and they feel like you're wearing nothing at all. Very impressive. Yeah, I feel the same about my crash pants. I hardly feel them there at all. In fact, the crash pants that I wear are very, very similar to the Burton ones. In fact, they're almost the same. They're just a different brand. Oh, Kenny. Kenny on board is here. Hello, Kenny. Welcome to the live stream. We're probably in the latter part of the live stream right now, but I'm stoked that you've managed to come to the live stream. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone that's come to the live stream today. Or today, tonight, this morning. I don't even know anymore. But Kenny, you're a legend, and I appreciate the offer that you sent to me recently. And I was talking before about potential travel situations. I'll be in touch with you when and if there's a possibility. Bad Rider says that he's super happy with his Oakley goggles. His persimmon, he's got the 4 lines. Yeah. And the clear lenses, and he's got the sapphire lens. He's got Flytex as well with the high pink. You've got a whole bunch of stuff going on there. El Stacker says, yo, Kenny. Adam Searle says, oh, sorry, I meant the board I purchased was not cheap. Full price. I see. You will see it in a couple of months. A couple of months? You're kidding. Adam Searles, when does the snow start falling? Like, what is it? It's October now, 10th of October, which the Australian season, like if it was allowed to progress properly, ended last week, which means that it's starting to get mighty cold, and there's been snow. I've seen the reports of snowfalls in like North America. So, when are you going to get on snow? Are you going to go to a local mountain, or are you going to spend like, a whole month at Whistler again? We need to know what's going to happen. A couple of months. I don't know if I can wait a couple of months. Did he just buy another orca? If you bought like the golden orca, I'm not sure whether I'd be really stoked or a little bit disappointed. I think I'd be both. I'd be stoked that you got the golden orca, but disappointed that it wasn't something different. But I don't want to guess. I just did. Oh dear. I'm sure Adam will have something to say about that. Adam saying hi to Kenny. Bad Riders. Eyes on the road, El Stacker. Yep. Keep your eyes on the road, bro. Don't be typing in the chat. Even though Kenny probably is stoked that you're saying hi to him. Oakley air brakes. Dude, respect, Kenny. They're good goggles. So he's down in southern Utah picking up. Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. Kenny says El Stacker is working hard. I seriously doubt that. Adam Searles, Oakley makes top-notch products. I can't argue. I'm wearing Oakley's right now. These glasses that are on my face are Oakley's. It's all I wear. Picked up a pair of Fogskin Sunnies. Well, actually, for sunglasses, I don't wear Oakley's because I don't believe in buying expensive sunglasses. Adam Searles, I think Whistler opens on November 24th. It's not far away, dude. But you don't really want to go. I mean, it's nice to say that you've been on opening day, but let's face it, opening day at most resorts is not great, usually. Kenny is saying hi to Adam, and he said that he just drove through getting a breakfast burger. I want a breakfast burger. It's technically morning here. Like, we're 10 minutes past 1. We're also 10 minutes past the time I said I was going to shut down the live stream. But we're not through all the comments yet, are we? And we've still got fuel in the tank. As you can see behind us. Oh, are we going to... Oh. There was still some in the can. All right, ladies and gents. The live stream has this much life left in it. When this is gone, also is the live stream. Let's go. Super sweet glasses. Light on the face. Frog skins. We're all talking about Oakleys right now. Bad Rider says all of his sunglasses are Oakley. That's crazy. The Adams are on the same trajectory here. Adam Searle says, like sands in the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Just like bubbles in the chuck glass, so are the minutes of the live stream. So Kenny is saying, catch you later. He's got to run. I appreciate you stopping by, man. So good. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Even just stopping by for a minute or two is amazing. And Bad Rider says that they know quality. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like my sunglasses at least, are always just going to get scratched and beaten up. So I just buy really, really cheap ones. And actually, I've had the same set of sunglasses now that I've been wearing for probably nearly 2 years. And they cost me $8 Australian. I ain't getting no Oakleys for $8 Australian. Fully polarized. Have dropped them more times than I can count. And they're doing great. Love them so much. Okay, boys and girls. I think we've come to that time of the hour. We have been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes. And we've got only a little bit of fuel left in the tank. It is, in Australia right now, 12 minutes past 1 in the morning. And I can't believe that you have all stayed for this long, but I'm so grateful that you all have. I didn't expect this one to go for so long, but all of your comments made it as good as what it was. I had plenty more things to talk about, but I guess we'll have to save those for another live stream. I've got some videos. There'll be one dropping tomorrow, whenever it is that I wake up, and you'll get to see Swanee riding a one wheel. My one wheel for the first time that he's done that. We had so many things happen in this live chat. We spoke about waxing boards. We spoke about international travel. We had a snowboard reveal. We had the first prototype Chuck Van merch reveal on the chat. We spoke about Goofy versus regular riders, and we have basically a 50-50 one in the chat in terms of that. We had the Wilson boys dropping potatoes in the chat. We had that the conference of Adams, the Adam from Melbourne and the Adam from Waterloo, both executing themselves in unison. We had the weird Frenchman. We had the boys. We had Engen with the tractor. We had Kenny on board here just for on board for a couple of minutes. Who did we have else? We had my man from WA. Where is he? Henry Edmondson. The man was here. Obviously. We've had Board Through the Pain providing the booby wax to the boys and the trail maps. Actually, I've got something for Board Through the Pain. We had the best twins ever. Who else do we have in the chat? This has been the heaviest live chat I've ever had. We've had Sir Mr. Q. We've had the Swedish boys. Swedish boy. We have not had Old Man Shredder because he was at IKEA. And I believe, aside from the brothers Wilson, that's all that we've had. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Chuck Van Live for this, the 9th through to the 10th of October, late night or early morning live stream. And Bad Riders is saying that he doesn't know about that, but the David Jones crash was pretty heavy. I think this has been a pretty heavy live chat, and Adam Searles is saying that a 2-hour live stream is heavy. It was pretty heavy. We've had some big names in the chat. Andreas Schubert was here for a couple of chats, and yeah, we even had David Jones once, which absolutely blew my mind. Tim Wilson saying, yo, we're getting back in service, then back out of service. They're in and out. Well, boys, while you're still here, thank you for coming to the chat. We're coming up on nearly 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is, I'm pretty sure, the longest live stream that I've ever done. And it's like past 1 a.m. here in Newcastle, Australia. Thank you so much, everyone who has been in this chat. I will see you guys again. Probably not next week, but the week after, in another 2 weeks. And we'll talk about more stuff. We'll talk about snowboarding. We'll talk about cameras. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I didn't even get to talk about this gimbal that I've never used on my Hero 8. We didn't even get to talk about this camera that I've got back here. There's lots of stuff that I can talk about, and I talk too much. So everyone have a great weekend. Like the sands in the hourglass. Have a good night. Have a good day. Good morning, good evening. I love you all. Be excellent to each other.